if we look at this chart, I think you can identify a bit of a significant decrease from February to March, where we experienced a lot of Chinese travelers to Japan in January, and so that we started to discover the effects of the COVID-19. But when we started to take a serious measures against the COVID-19 was actually from the March, when we decided to shut down the schools. So from March, because of the travelers or business trips between Japan and Europe, it's actually called a bit of the second wave for Japan to experience the COVID-19. So which is why we can see a significant decrease again from the March to April and May. And then from April to May, end of May, the government announced the state of emergency, so which is the period where we experienced a significant decrease or the passenger demand, as you can see at the bottom of the slide. And so let me start from the consumer side, consumer behavior here in Japan. So as you can imagine very well, maybe, I think the consumer behavior here in Japan is very, very conservative. So for example, in the business meetings, in most of the Japanese large conglomerates and large companies, we wear the mask, but we keep the social distance, and sometimes we have the plastic screen each other. So then this has been very, very strict. And for example, also, some of the companies prohibit to accept the travelers or business trip, even within the company from Tokyo, because Tokyo is the most regarded the most dangerous police city in Japan because of the COVID-19. Likewise, I think the seriousness of the awareness of the danger of the COVID-19 is very, very high. So which is why the government decided to prepare and run quite a big package for the travel. It's called Go-To campaign. And then in total, the budget for this is 1.7 trillion JPY. So it means like 16 billion USD to stimulate the travel demand. We have Go-To Travel from July, and this program includes Tokyo from October. So you can see some slight of increase of the passenger demands for the domestic and hotel room. The reason why is Go-To Travel. And then in addition to Go-To Travel, for your information, we have Go-To Eat, Go-To Event. So they have in total 4 pillars to stimulate the demand, stimulate the travel, and stimulate the move of the people. So this is what's happening now. And then I think we can see the results of this measure by the end of the year. And if we look at the logistics part, I think you can see it's a slightly stabler demand here. We have 2 big moves behind these numbers. One is obviously the manufacturing sector has been hit significantly. So I interview CEOs and CXOs of freight company, shipping company, or car company. They all say like they experience a significant decrease in the manufacturing sector, which is the major part of the Japanese industry, versus they also enjoy some increase for the consumer sector, especially e-commerce. But net, they also it's negative, and which actually shows this number. So in terms of future recovery, at least based on my interviews with the execs of this logistics and travel company, they're not really so positive. They expect at least 2 and 4 years to experience a full recovery.